Okay. Well, like with
Mhm.
everything being said, how would you like to proceed?
So you said the mentorship is $4,000?
Yeah.
Hmm. I guess I would have to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's a
That
pretty
makes
big
sense, man.
thing for 8 weeks.
Big, big, big investment for a big change, right?
Mhm.
Can I ask you this though? Like money aside, money out of the
Mhm.
equation. If you had like an extra 4K, if I dropped it into your lap magically, like would you do the program?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. But like, why though? Why would you do it?
It's good opportunity. I mean, if it's free.
Yeah. I mean, like
Yeah.
money aside though, like opportunity aside, program aside, Peter aside, me aside. If you did the program, if you got the right skill set, if you started making that money, like what would it do for you?
Make me reach my goals and what I want.
Yeah. Which has been something you've been wanting for like the past couple months.
Mm.
We haven't been able to have because of the strategies you've been using. So like be real with me on this one. Because like cash on hand, like bills and expenses aside, how much do you actually have saved up to invest?
A lot.
Just give me a range, a number. So I know like oh, I don't want you to be under a bridge, that's why. Like can you do the full investment or not?
I can.
Okay. Now how would you like to proceed?
Mm. Can I have time to think about it?
You can think about it as long as you want. Can I share perspective on that though? Thinking about it.
Hmm.
Because I can definitely tell you want to see it change. I can definitely tell you want to like see a difference in your life, not just for you, but for your parents. And I respect that a lot. Like, I have my mom. I want to
Hmm.
like provide for her too. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do, but not people can. But like, it makes sense that you want to think about it because you're making decisions based on your perspective, right?
Hmm.
But to get to where you really want to be, the hard thing about life is not making decisions based on our perspective, but on the perspective of the person we know we need to become. It's like I'll give you an example. It's like you're on an island right now, and I hope like on the country you're not on an island, right? But you're on an island, and on this island, it's like every decision you made, everything's led you to where you're here today. Every strategy you were trading, every loss, every win, every time you got frustrated or didn't get frustrated, it's on that island. And on this island, you have limited resources, which are the ones that you have. So every decision you make on this island is based on the fact that you have limited resources and there's 17 miles of water around you and you can't see anything else. But over here, there's a mountain. On this mountain, you could see life from a different perspective. You can see the tree, the woods, you can see a lot of different things, the world for what it really is. But the hard thing is that you don't know it exists and you don't know how to get there. But three things need to cross off. One is do you feel you can actually hit 15K a month? Like, do you feel what you have here can actually help you get to 15K a month and can actually give you like a solid strategy?
Eventually.
Okay. So you do feel it happens, right? And the second thing is you need strap on the shoes, which you've done. You've hopped on a call with me. We made a game plan. We talked about everything, the one-on-ones, everything. That's already crossed off. The hard thing about this is just jumping in the water and swimming towards that mountain. That's the
Right.
hard part. The thing I can't do for you is that. I give you all the strategy in the world. If me and Peter could help you out with everything, all the back end support. The only thing we can't do for you is like make you swim. So that's the hard thing. Maybe you might eat shit. Maybe you might drown. I don't know if you know how to swim in IRL. I have no idea. I took me like 15 years to learn how to swim. That's the one thing I don't know what's going to happen, right? But one thing I can guarantee you, and I could say for certainty, is if you don't get off that island, you will just have those limited resources, and you will still see like your perspective from that island. You won't see it from that mountain ever, because if you continue staying on that island, where is that going to really lead you to within like the next 2, 3, 6 months?
I'm just gonna be stuck on an island.
Exactly. But most importantly, where would that lead your results to? Would they change or would they stay the same?
Stay the same, most likely.
And the thing about the interesting thing about it is like there's 99 people on the island with you too. A lot of people want to see success, but they don't do it because they don't actually hop in the water. So why not settle? Why not just push it off and continue being like those people? Because you can, and you can identify with them and not get the skills, not get the right process. Why not?
It's just life.
What do you mean?
Ugh.
Why
Yeah,
not just settle like those people? Because you can. You can definitely settle with the 99% of people on that island that never hop in the water, that never want to see the mountain, that never want to see life from that perspective. Why not settle and be like them?
I don't really want to settle. That's why.
Well, why not though?
Um,
Because you can. You can. You can push it off. New year, new me. We talked about that, right? So why not
Yeah,
just settle for the same strategy that got you here, but isn't going to get you there?
because I want to actually get somewhere.
Yeah. But the hard part is like you won't get there until you take the actions. And that's the hard part. There's a reason it's called the hard part. It's not the easy part.
Mm-hmm.
So what
Yeah.
actions do you know you need to take right here, right now? So you get the skills, you get the training, and you get a solid strategy that can actually get you to 15K, and that can actually make you feel more consistent and confident in what you do. What actions?
Get the mentorship.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can get skills.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Is this gonna work with all markets and assets?
Which market are you trading in right now? Because I know you're in like
Gold
across the world. Oh, yeah, it works with gold.
works for gold. Okay. And okay. And Forex too, if I eventually decide also crypto, stocks.
Can I ask real quick, just real quick?
Hmm.
Why do you ask Forex and crypto? Like, do you plan on switching there like eventually, or what do you mean?
I mean, if gold doesn't work out, I
Okay, I don't
can
want you to.
retry.
Okay. Sorry. If you
Hmm.
have someone that's like teaching you how to properly trade this and teaching you how to properly fix it and make it work,
Hmm.
why would it benefit you to think in any other way?
True.
Wouldn't, right? Because at the end of the day, it's if you got the right skills, if you have the right process, if it's like math, and like for math, most people it's hard because it's hard to follow. But once you get the hang of it, you know how to add, you know how to subtract, you know how to do difficult equations, you get the hang of it. You learn the skill, and it's a process to get the answer.
Hmm.
It's really hard for you not to get the answer if you just follow the process step by step by step, unless you do something incorrectly on purpose. And that's just fair because I used to do math. I love math, but I don't do it because it doesn't really pay the bills. But you understand what I mean. So if you
Hmm.
follow the process, if you do everything step by step by step, because I'll tell you, you're not the first person who's doing this. Peter's been doing this for like 5, 7 years. So you're
Hmm.
learning from someone who's been there and done that. If you follow the process, if you actually do everything it tells you to do, would it benefit you to think in any other way?
I guess not.
Okay. And
Has
the question
has
you have,
there been anybody who did
yeah, there has been, and
the
we'll talk about that in a second. There has been. There's a guy named Corbin. He was I think unprofitable for longer than you. But before we talk about him, I could show you all the results. I could show you all the testimonials. I could show you everyone else's results. But the thing is, like, you'll never know until you go all in, until you actually try. That's the hard part about getting to the water and getting to the mountain. Because if you knew you wouldn't fail, if you knew you'd see success, if you knew everything would like just be there right there, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The hard thing is though, you don't know. And that's the hard part about life. But the thing is, in life, to get to your goals, do you have to let the uncertainty overcome you, or do you overcome the uncertainty yourself?
Do I have what?
Yeah, but to get to like the goals in life, to get to that mountain, the unknown mountain that you know it's there, but you don't know how to get there. To get there, do you let the uncertainty overcome you, or do you overcome the uncertainty?
Overcome the uncertainty.
Yeah, because what's going to happen if you let the uncertainty overcome you?
I'm just too afraid to do anything.
Yeah, and people when they're afraid, like when cats are afraid, they get paralyzed, they get all stiff. Do they ever move? Do they ever move like more fluently, or do they just stay in that exact same position?
I stay there.
Exactly. So if you stay there and if you let the uncertainty overcome you and your results and your way of actually getting better at trading, getting the skills, will you ever make more money if you let the uncertainty just like pound over that?
Hmm.
So why would it benefit you to let it overcome you? To think in any other way?
Hmm.
Why?
Yeah, good question.
Valid question. But why
Yeah,
would
so
it
there's
benefit
just
you
like
to
so
let it?
much money on the line,
Yeah, I understand
Like,
that. But the thing that you want is a lot of stuff on the line too. You being able to retire your parents, you being able to travel when you want, with who you want, and whenever you want. You being able to wake up at 10 in the morning in any country on your own terms is not like a cheap thing to ask for, especially if you're an adult and you have responsibilities and you have bills. Because most
hmm.
adults in corporate America, like I grew up in California, do not get that. People in their 30s, 40s, 50s are just going to continue working their jobs over and over and over and have a boss tell them what to do. And on Christmas, they can't see their family, they got to go to work. Same thing with New Year's. Same thing happened to me. But it's not until you make the changes that you actually see the results of those changes. Because if you let like the uncertainty overcome you, and you let that overweigh where you want to be, is that ever going to benefit you? Is that ever going to get you to your goals?
All right. So let me ask you, what was your journey? What did you do to become profitable?
Me, I'm the sales rep on his team. Peter's journey, you could ask Peter that, but I'm the sales rep on his team. So I have my department. Then we have someone else, the operator. He's the one that manages the backend operations, make sure everything goes well. And there's Peter, he's your coach.
Mm.
Yeah. Want me to lie to you? Could lie to you,
What?
but I'm not going to lie to you because I value honesty. Right now, I tell you this. Oh, look, I actually brought it here. You know Spectrum? Have you been there? Like the internet company?
No,
Okay, never mind.
no.
It's like AT&T. Do you know AT&T?
Yeah.
Okay, I used to work at a company literally like the same thing as AT&T. And that's what I meant to you when I told you that I used to work on Christmas, New Year's, all that, because that's very true. Didn't have freedom. Right now, I'm not in America. I'm in South America. I can see family. I can still make money.
Mm.
But the reason I could do that is because I took the risk on myself. I got the skill set to actually be able to do that. I invest like 12K in myself, not like 4K. 12K in myself and move like the country. But the thing is, you won't know until you try. And that's the very hard part about life. So you got to ask yourself here, Sar, what's riskier? You get the right skills, you get the right training, you get the right programs, you can actually become more profitable, be more confident, and have a solid strategy so that you can actually get to your goals. Or is it riskier? You don't do anything, you lay this off, you think about it for the 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, and nothing changes. What's really riskier?
Yeah, not getting those skills and not
But why?
investing in it.
Well, why is that riskier though? I agree with you, but why is it?
Because it's just you might not get anywhere. Or
You might?
yeah, you might not get
Why
anywhere,
not?
or you might
It's like we all know that person that's like, oh, it won't go to the gym. Do they ever like lose weight? They don't.
know.
No, because they never try. They're too afraid of people judging them at the gym. The thing about it though is like knowing that's riskier, knowing if you don't take the risk, knowing if you don't take the actions, knowing if you don't do anything about it, you're going to continue staying in the same position that you've been in the past 6, 7 months, and you repeat that the next 6, 7 months because you try to do it on your own. What reality would that really show you? What would that look like to you?
Mm, it's just nothing. You're gonna probably go in
Nothing.
circles or something.
Yeah, circles. How much longer do you want to wait to get the right skill set so that you can retire your mom? Put a smile on your family's face. Be able to travel to Asian countries whenever you feel like it. Be able to go to Japan and eat the food there without having to worry about being late to work or like being on vacation. You got 1 day left. So how much longer do you want to wait until you can actually have that level of freedom, that level of skill set and certainty within yourself and within your future?
Not too long.
Okay, but why not? You can lay it off, right? Think about it. You can think about it in 2 weeks, 2 months. You do that?
I could.
Yeah, you could. So why not?
I mean, 2 weeks. Will 2 weeks really make a difference, though?
What if I told you it's not what you thought it was, Sarah? What if I told you it's really not what you thought it was? What if I told you the reason we're still here 6, 7 months in and we haven't found the right strategy, we're not consistent, we're not seeing results, and we're not even profitable, is because we've been telling ourselves subconsciously, yeah, I'll just wait 2 weeks. 2 weeks ain't gonna change nothing, right? Hasn't changed anything at all, really. And you're right, it has not changed anything at all. 2 weeks has not changed anything at all. But does that not mean you're not willing to change the way you view things and the way you do things so that you can actually get to your goals? You can actually get to your desired outcomes in life.
I mean, it doesn't really change my mind. It's just that I guess I need more time to like think about it,
The thing about it though,
and wait
Sar,
until
it's
I'm
like
ready.
the day you realize this, like 6, 7 months ago, when you noticed like the trades were taking longer, where you weren't consistent, where you weren't seeing the results, that's the day you realize subconsciously something should change, but I'm not going to do about it now. And when humans change is like humans change over a period of time. No, like it's very rare when a human like sees something and change right away because humans are lazy. I'm not saying you're lazy, but they just realize it along the way. But the biggest factor of change, like I explained to you, like Usain Bolt, it's the fear of future pain and the in current pain. That's what it is. So if you hop off this call and you tell me no 2 weeks, you're still going to be feeling the same way about what you've been doing. That's not going to change. If anything, it's just going to get bigger. That's what it's going to be. It's like if you have a broken bone and you have a doctor to fix it. Yeah, man, I'll just wait 2 weeks, hopefully it fixes itself. 2 weeks later, it's worse because you didn't get the right medication, you didn't get the right treatment. Yeah, no, it's okay, but I'll just wait 2 weeks. I'm scared to go in a doctor. I don't know what they'll say. Yeah, wait another 2 weeks, man. It's okay. They wait another 2 weeks, another 2 weeks. It gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's not until you get the help that you know you need and deserve that you actually get to where you want to be. So you got to ask yourself, Sar, if you lay this off another 2 weeks, yeah, it's not a lot of time. But what's really going to change from now till then? What's really going to change?
I don't know. I'll be maybe more confident with my decision.
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah.
The thing about it, I can understand if even if you're not confident now, that's completely natural. That's part of life, taking risks. But the hard thing about life is taking the risks that you know you need to be taking, but that you don't want to be taking. Because you can't ever expect to get the outcomes you want to be getting without actually doing that. Maybe in 2 weeks you might feel more comfortable or like more ready. But could you imagine if you did that 2 weeks ago or 6 months ago? Think about that. Think about
Yeah.
if you had like a mentor 6, 7 months ago, like a proper mentor, someone that could actually like show you the strategy. You're immersed in it every single day. You have like 8 weeks with them. You have one-on-one mentor, not just like course itself and then throw you in the boat and hopefully you figure it out. Think how much further you would have been with your trading journey. How much more profitable you would have been. How much more money you wouldn't have lost. How many mistakes you didn't have to go through. Think about that.
Mm.
Because
All
the
right.
reason I want you
So
to think about that, it's like because in 2 weeks, if you lay it off in 2 weeks, that's going to be the same thing you're going to continue laying off.
I'm just worried about my schedule. Is it
Okay.
gonna work out with my schedule?
Okay. What time do you
Like,
get off work? Because I don't think you told me that one. What time do you get off work?
so I wake up at 6. I'm
Yeah.
at work 7 a.m. to like 5 p.m.
Jeez. Working 10 hours?
Well, it's actually I could do 8 to 5, but I'd rather
Do
I've
7 to
been
5?
trying to go. I've been going early so I could like leave early on Fridays.
Okay, I understand that. No, I used to do that too. And everyone
Yeah.
loves to doing
So
that. They hate staying there till like 9 p.m. I trust me, I hate it too.
and
Okay,
then
so you go ahead.
after sometimes I go to the gym, or yeah, sometimes go to the gym
Okay,
to work out or play
sorry,
sport.
you have the time. You have
Mm-hmm.
the time. The thing about time, like when I was like finding my way out of like my AT&T Spectrum job, I was in a similar situation to you where I was waking up at 8:50, would get ready and put on my uniform in 10 minutes, drive to work at 9:30, from 9:30 to 6 p.m. work, and then from like 4, I don't know what time I would get home. Gym, I would still go to the gym. I would only eat Chinese food because I didn't have anyone to cook for me because I was going to spend time cooking either, and I worked to 4 in the morning
Mm-hmm.
every single day. I lost pounds, I lost weight. I was not healthy. Making more money isn't healthy. It's not. But it was necessary. It just was. So I found a way to find the time. You will find what you're looking for every single time in your life. If you find the time to do something, to do a sport, you'll find it. If you find the time to go to the gym, you'll find it definitely 100%. If you find every single reason to do something, you will do it. And if you find every single reason not to do it, hell, I'll fucking help you find millions. So at the end of the day, though, is that if you like, you have the time. I know you do. It's not like you're working like 14, 18 hours and you're in a warehouse job. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have the time. And I know you do. And we both know you do, between you and I. The question here is like, how committed are you to actually making the time, getting everything ready and committing to yourself in your future?
But are we able to find a good time for us to do the one-on-one? For
Yeah,
me to
that
do
because
with Peter?
it's gonna be scheduled with the calendar. That's why yeah, I'm gonna give you the calendar after this call. I'll give you the calendar and during like because your time zone is a little bit different, schedule it within your time and Peter's time, and I'll tell him personally that your time zone is like a little bit off. So I'll make sure he
Mm-hmm.
like sets time aside for you personally.
Mm.
Yeah. With that being said though, sorry. You can give me another objection as to why you don't want to do it, or another reason why this
Okay.
or that. You can do that.
So after the mentorship, after the 8 weeks, I'm not able to personally text him anymore, or he still
After the
won't
eight
enter
weeks,
into
your
it.
one-on-one, yeah, after the 8 weeks, your one-on-ones are off. You'll still be in the program itself, like in the Discord at least. I haven't no one's actually asked me that. I mean, most likely you won't be able to, but if that's why I wanted to extend it for you too. Most likely you won't be able to. But if you want to renew it, you can. And after the 8 weeks, obviously, if you guys come across some great chemistry together, I'm sure he wouldn't mind texting you. Because at the end of the day, in online business, because trading is an online thing, it's about the relationships you build with people. It's the networks you get, the connections you make. Because the connections you make create the opportunities you want to have. And that's really what it really is. So, Sar, my question to you is this. Based on everything we said, what do you know you need to do right here, right now? So you get the skills, you get the strategy, you get the coach, so that you can actually get to where you want to be in life and actually build the fundamentals and the building blocks for that future.
Yeah, take the mentorship, but
I could show you that result. I could show you anyone else's result. There's nothing that separates you from Peter, Corbin, anyone else that's been successful. Nothing. It's the information you have and the inputs you make. That's really it. It's not no special gene. It's not no special universe gifting you like everything. No, it's not that. It's how willing and wanting you are to make it happen. So how much longer do you want it to be for you not to get the right skills, for you not to get the right strategy?
I have another question.
On those calls, those calls are the calls that you're going to have like mentorship. It's called a mentorship for a reason. You're going to be mentored by him on how to like journal more efficiently and actually get to where you want to be quicker and like in a shorter time frame. The question I have for you, Sar, is like, what do you know you got to do right here, right now, to put your family, put yourself, and put your future in a better position with more freedom, more liberty, more financial leverage? Do you give me another objection, tell me, oh, no, or do you know you got to go all in on yourself and actually take the first steps to actually committing to you and the future you've been wanting to have?
Can I at least talk to my other half first about it?
Who's your other half? Oh, you mean like your husband or like partner?
Fiance.
Okay, I thought you meant like I was so confused with the other half. You can talk to anyone as much as you like. But at the end of the day, is that person going to be showing up on the coaching calls with Peter?
No, but this is like a big financial thing, so I kind of want to like talk to him about it first.
Yeah, just so I understand, because I don't want you to get yelled at by your fiance. Right now, with the money that you're going to be investing, is that in like one shared account or is that in your account?
My account.
Okay, so just yours alone then, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And if you invested 4K, is he just going to yell at you? Or her, I'm not sure.
He's not going to yell. He's never yelled at me, but...
Okay, the thing about this then is like, you got to look at it this way. You know the quote from Shakespeare, heavy is the head that wears a crown?
What's the quote?
The quote, heavy is the head that wears a crown. Do you know that quote?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you the quote. Heavy is the head that wears a crown, not because of the jewels, the gold, or the diamonds. Heavy is the head that wears a crown because the king, the emperor, or the queen in your case, has to tell the troops where to go in war. You go here, you go there, you go here, and in between, all this place. But without the queen or without the king or without the throne, the troops aren't going to go anywhere because they don't have a leader. Because someone needs to lead that outcome. And in your case, it's you leading the outcome that you want to have. Your troops are your strategies, like your everything in there. But the thing about it, though, it's like, if you don't take charge and responsibility of it, you can lay it off to anyone else, ask anyone for advice. But at the end of the day, whose responsibility is it for you to actually like get the right skill set and show up for the coaching calls and actually be present so that you can actually see that success you've been wanting to see the past 6-7 months, but you haven't been able to? Is it your responsibility or is it your fiance's?
Mine, but...
Yeah. Like, if it's yours, if it's your responsibility and you're going to be the one making the money and you're going to be the one actually having that leverage, why would it be fair to put it onto anybody else?
Okay. Do you have a other half?
No. I wish I did.
Okay, so,
asking the wrong person the wrong answer. I mean, the wrong question,
then
but I wish
that's
I did.
probably why, because you've never been in that situation. So
I probably haven't, right? Probably haven't. But I've done a lot of stuff my mom didn't want me to do, but I knew they were going to create like positive outcomes.
But
Had I
usually
listened to my mom, I wouldn't have got to where I want to be. That's the
yes, I
hard part, though.
understand that. But usually when you do have someone with you, you guys have to have open communication and you have to talk about the things that you're going to be spending like such a huge amount of money on.
Okay. If you spend this money, is your fiance going to just yell at you, get mad at you?
No.
Be real. Okay. So that's off the table. You have the money. You know what you got to do. The hard part about this now, it's you actually taking charge of it. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but the thing about it, it's like if you have a fiance in the other half, you have someone else's perspective. And they don't know what you do to the degree that you do it. They don't know how badly you want what you want, at least to get better at trading so you can get that outcome. And they don't know how frustrated you've been using the strategies and hopping from this, from that, from there, from there. They don't know it to the degree that you know it. They don't. So if they don't know it, if you're basing your decision off the perspective that they have, why would that be fair for you and your results?
It's just how it is. Like it's a partnership, you know.
It was a partnership. At the end of the day,
I,
who's
I
going to be
tell
the
him,
one
I do
trading?
tell him my, my frustrations and
Yeah.
what I'm doing and
But at the
things
end of
like
the day,
that.
he's not going to be the one showing up or trading for you.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, though. I could tell you, yeah, before I make a decision, I got to speak to my mom or my family about it. But the thing is, though, what I'm avoiding is taking that crown on my head. Because for you to get to where you truly want to be, it's you got to take it on your head and on your shoulders. And that's just business, that's just life. That's just how it is. You could run to that person, the fiance, you can run to your friends, you can run to your parents about anyone, about any advice. But at the end of the day, it's whose responsibility to actually take that first step so you can get from where you are to where you know you need to be skill set wise and money wise. Whose is it? Is it theirs or yours?
No, mine.
Why is it yours, though? Why is it yours?
I'm the one doing it.
Yeah. And if you're the one
Yeah.
doing it, if you're the one showing for the coaching calls, they're not going to be the one doing it all. So if you lay this crown onto them, onto their perspective, will you get your perspective fully, or will you continue seeing what they've been seeing and possibly taking what they've been taking? Gotta ask yourself that. Because you know yourself better than I do. I just met you. So you know what you've been wanting to do. Because we always have the angel on our shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. The angel's telling us, you know you got to do it. You've been wanting to do it. You've been wanting to find a fix the past 6, 7 months. It's been half a year, and the year's ending in 3 months. Then you got the devil telling you, no, it's okay. Just lay it off. Just lay it off. Look for more certainty. Look for more certainty so you can find the right time decision with everyone in your family or everyone in your life. But you know what's riskier. So what is riskier? You laying it off, you spending more time thinking about it, asking more people about it, or you actually taking the first step to actually getting to from where you are to where you know you need to be for your future, for your travels, and for your freedom out of the corporate job you're in right now.
Yes, I understand. I'm just a bit skeptical because, I've already spent a lot of money on some of these things, and I've just become disappointed. And, people are saying, like, you got to be careful with, all these
Well, you do.
mentorships, these courses.
Yeah, you do. I'm not saying you don't. You do. I wouldn't be telling you all this with all this amount of conviction up to this point of the call if I didn't have enough conviction this could actually help you.
Yes, of course you're gonna say that because you work for the guy. So
Well,
you
because I
work
believe in
for
what he
with the guy.
sells. That's why. You can't fake conviction. You can act it out, but I'm not faking it. And I'm not acting out either. The thing about this, though, there's always bad apples to a good tree. There's always going to be bad apples in any industry, in sales, in online business, any online business model, in trading, and anything in life, and with people too. If you had like a bad experience with like a friendship you've had in the past, would that really prevent you from like making new friends and like making new connections so that you can actually like see a brighter future?
No, but I would
Well, why
be
not?
more on the
Why
cautious
not?
side.
Why not? Yeah, you'd be. I can understand it too, and I think but like, why not? Why wouldn't it stop you though?
I guess like it's not everybody's gonna be the same. Some people are different.
Yeah, that's life. That's just life, and that's the hard thing, is overcoming those past fears to get to where you want to be in your future. Because everyone's gonna have a bad past experience in anything, with any food they taste, with any person they've been, any relationship they've been. But if they let that prevent them from making new relationships and creating different experiences, will they ever create those experiences? Will they ever do that?
But the thing is, your past experiences also help you to learn not to make the same mistake. That's why
They
it's
do.
important to be
They
cautious
do.
too.
They do. They do. It's like you don't put your foot in the fire so you don't get burned, right? Do you feel if you get the right coaching and the right mentoring, do you feel you're going to get burned doing that?
But that's the thing. Like, how do I know he's the right
Well,
coach
you
for
won't
me?
know until you try. You will never know until you go all in. You can
Okay,
continue
is there
telling me like I have to know, I have to know, and I understand that because I've been in your shoes. You're afraid to invest right now because what you're looking for is certainty, and that's completely natural. Because humans, like if you don't, humans are just afraid of the dark when they're kids because they're afraid of the unknown. They don't know what's there. But if you have like X-ray vision, if you're fucking Superman, indestructible, you wouldn't be afraid of anything because you're indestructible. You have a guarantee that nothing's gonna like kill you. Hard part about life though is sometimes in life you're not indestructible. You got to take the risk to get to where you want to be.
Okay, but then
And that's in trading as well.
do you have like a money back guarantee, like maybe
We
after the
do,
first
we
week?
do, we do, we do, we do. Before we get into it though, because I don't want to like help you on a guarantee. Okay, I want to help you on you helping yourself overcome the fears that you see in front of you. Because you're gonna see this in trading too, in your psychology, when something's not going right. This is just another tough conversation you need to have to get to where you want to be. So the question I have for you is like guarantee aside, success aside, right? If you continue delaying this off more and more and more, like with more time, is that something you really want to settle for? Not just for you, but for your family, for your future, for your travels, and for you to actually see the results you want to be seeing.
I mean, I don't mind a delay if
Why
I've
not?
already like really decided if this is really something I'm gonna do, like this mentorship thing.
Why don't you mind the delay? You should lay it off, right? New year, new me.
Because like I said, there's like a
New year,
lot of
new
money
me.
on the line here.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
I don't
always
want to
something on the
spend
line.
4K and then, I don't get back like what I'm expecting. I
Okay,
mean, yes,
sorry,
a lot of
sorry.
the
No,
work is on
and I
my part.
understand where you're coming from. You want to like see, you want to guarantee your success, right? For 4K
Mm,
down, you want to guarantee it's going to work out for you. You want to guarantee it's all going to be there, right? It's tough. It's tough
it's
life,
tough, yeah.
but that's also life too. You can't guarantee success. The one thing I can guarantee in life is death and taxes. That's it. Go to America,
Mm.
I can guarantee you taxes is going to be more next year too. Go there, right? The one thing in life, though, the uncertainty, you have to either overcome it or you let it overcome you. But the real risk here is like if you lay it off more and more and more and more and more and more, and you continue telling me 2 weeks isn't going to hurt me, delay me, great, go do it 2 weeks. Think about it for 2 more weeks. What's really going to change in your process and your strategy? What's really going to change in your progression? Throwing the
Because
same thing at the wall.
I'm the type to really think about think about my actions first before I actually do
Yeah,
them.
I
I'm
know.
the type to really plan.
That's how you've always made decisions, right?
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
need time
But
to
would it be
really
fair
think
to
about it
say,
and be like,
sorry, that the way you've been making decisions, right, has led us to where we are here today? Would that be fair to say?
I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And I'm with you on that. And that makes sense. You want to lay it off because your decision making process has led you to where you are today in
But
trading.
at the same time, my decisions have also kind of like prevented me from, impulsively doing
Well,
things that
I
I might
wouldn't say this
regret.
is impulsive. I mean, you've been wanting to have a better strategy like the past 6, 7 months, right? The thing about
I was
it,
just
those
doing
is
example.
sorry. You could lay this off into 2 weeks, 2 months. You could think about it. You could like detail it. You could look at the drawing boards. You could look at every single strategy, every single mentor. You could go and like literally across the world to find the best mentor in the world or whatever it may be. But it's not until you step your first foot in the gym, your first foot on the island, your first foot on the mountain that you'll actually see that perspective. Because I could show you like every mentor in the world. I could maybe show you anything in the world, any business model in the world. It's not until you actually just choose it and do it that something's going to change. And even if you fail, that's a lot better than you not taking any action, being like the 99% of people on that island who never did anything at all. Because they never even knew that they would even fail. They just continued staying and hoping and wishing that something would have changed. But even if you do fail and if you don't succeed, at least you tried and at least you fell on your face. At least you knew. And that's a lot better than not doing anything at all. Because in order for you to see success, at least in the business space, online business space, you have to fall on your face. But the worst thing about it, though, it's like the fear of failure. If you let this fear of failure overcome you more and more and more and more, how could you expect to become more profitable as a trader? When you got to control your psychology, when you got to control your risk, when you got to control yourself under tough times. How?
So you're saying it's either I decide now, and if not right now, then I can't like
I
change my
never said
mind
that,
later.
no. I never said that,
Mhm.
no. But the question I asked you was like, how do you expect to overcome your fears with this? How do you like the same way? Because look at it this way, right? It's like the same objections you give are the same objections you get, right? So if you accept the objection of someone telling you and you think about it, like 2 more days, 3 more days, whatever it may be, it's the same one you're going to give to other people. And that's fair because people make decisions based on the perspective.
Mhm.
The thing about this though is you could lay this off into 2 days, 2 weeks, whatever. I don't know. Lay it off into 20 years if you want to. You go do that. But the thing about it though, that the hard thing is like actually making the choice when you know you need to do it, not when you want to do it. That's the hard thing. That just is.
Yeah.
So if you continue laying this off, like I'm not saying you got to do it now. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Don't get better at trading. Don't get the skill set. You don't got to do it. Let's hop off the call now. Yeah, let's not do it. We do that. 2 weeks come by, 2 months, and maybe you possibly stay in the same position. Knowing you could have done it, knowing you should have done it, knowing you could have got the skills, but you didn't. How would you feel at that point?
I mean, all I need is like a week or so.
I know, because that's like you want to lay it off for a week. You want to feel certain within a week. But you know what's so like ironic about life, and this is not going to make any sense. It's the fact that the most successful people are probably the dumbest ones, the most naive ones, the ones who just start and just fail and just do it again and just fail again. Elon Musk had to start 9 businesses before he actually found success. A lot of people in the trading space had to like wait a lot of years before they found success. If someone told them it's going to take you 5 years to become successful if you do it on your own, they probably would have never even done it. But they didn't know. They just tried it because they liked it. They wanted to see the success with that vehicle. The thing about you, the difference between you and someone else who's successful, it's that that person successful just took the risk, just did it, just suck up their knees and just started running. But the more you paralyze yourself with the road in front of you, the more likely you are to continue watching it but not actually taking the first step. Because there's two people in this situation. You could decide to become either version of yourself right here. The version of yourself who actually does it, who takes the mentorship, who actually does it regardless of the risk or regardless of the unknowing. Or you could be the version of yourself, the one who continues like telling yourself, I just need a day to take the first step. I just need 2 days, 2 weeks, maybe a month. It's not going to kill me. But at the end of the day, who's really going to get quicker, faster there and get to their goal more efficiently in less time? Who?
Yeah, person who takes the risk.
Well, why? Why is that person, the one that runs first, the one that just does it, the one that doesn't look behind but just goes ahead? Why is that person going to be there and in first place quicker and faster?
Or it could also go the other way. They could get burned. And
yeah, they could, but at least they knew. So why would that person get there quicker and faster instead of the other way? Why?
for the risk paid off.
The risk paid off, yeah, but they would have never knew the risk paid off if they never did it. And that other person, the one that's looking at the drawing, at the road, they never will ever know if the risk will ever pay off because they're never willing to like take the first step. So you have to ask yourself, which person do you feel will get there in a longer time frame? The one that takes the risk or the one that just continues looking at the road in front of them and not doing anything about it? Which person?
Okay. Question.
What is your question?
How many times would you say on average the students, retake the course? Like, because you said every 8 weeks.
Well, okay, I'll tell you that. Like okay, so it's an 8-week program. So if you want to retake it, you can.
Yeah, but how often? How many?
Well, they don't need to. They don't need to because they already have it. Like you don't need to take it. Like, it's like getting a personal trainer for like 4 months, right? You don't need a personal trainer for more than 4 months. And if you do more than 4 months, geez, I'd be worried about you. Like you just need them 4 months. After those 4 months, you know what to do. You know the right exercises. You know what not to do. You know what foods to eat. You know what to do after those 4 months. If you want to retake it after 8 weeks, you're welcome to. Go ahead.
But
the
most
program,
students,
like I did, me and Peter like did the calculations like the other day, like I told him, the success rate of the students is 40%. So out of the entire program, everyone that joined, we have a 40% success rate, minus a person on vacation because that person had to take vacation because we're not going to count that person just here, right? But that's it. That's it. But really, it just depends on how wanting you are to see that success. Like there's nothing different from you and the Corbin or anyone else who's actually become like profitable with a P&L. And there's nothing different from you from Peter either. Besides maybe the country you guys live in. And that and there's different seasons in different countries. That's probably it. You tell me. That's probably the only difference. So like you gotta ask yourself here, Sar. Because we go back and forth over and over and over, telling me the success rate, this, and that. Look for certainty more and more. The more you do, the more you're gonna think about it. The more you're gonna overthink about it. Because you're overthinking it. You're overthinking the decision. And you know what happens when someone overthinks their opportunities. It's like having that chance but not taking it because you overthought about it and now it's gone. I'm not saying I'm going to leave and disappear. What I'm saying is that you could have, should have, would have done it. So the question I have for you, Sar, is what do you know you need to do right here, right now, so you can put yourself, put your family, put your future in a better position financially with the right skill and with actually more security, because now you have the skill that can create your own income. Do you do it? Do you commit to yourself? Do you actually go all in, or do you tell yourself, no, it's okay, I'll just wait 2 weeks, just be the same, nothing changes, nothing changes, I'm okay, I'll be like 99%.
Yeah, the first one. But I
Okay.
just want to say that, yeah, it's important to take risks, but it's also important to take calculated risks. And that's why we
And
manage
that's
our
all
risk,
it
right,
is,
when we're
right? That's
trading.
what you're trying to do. You're trying to take calculated risk.
Mm-hmm.
How much more calculated do you want it to be? Because there's never 100% success rate in anything in life. You can calculate to like this most calculus extent in the world, but it's not until you just do it that you do it.
And
That's
that's why
it.
I asked you like a bunch of questions. Like, I wanted to get like more information
Yeah.
to help with
And I'm
my
all about that.
decision.
I'm all about that. The thing is, though, the thing is, you could ask me every single question in the world, and I've given you all the answers I could give you. Unless you want me to tell you like where Peter lives, you want me to give you that? I hope not, right? The thing is, though, it's not until you actually just do the commitments that you know you need to do. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like, even in school, there's always a person that says, like, you gotta think about it, you gotta be very calculated first there. But they're so calculated to the point where they're so smart that they never ever take action. And the guy who's dumb, the guy who just does it, the guy who just goes all in, even if he doesn't succeed, he sees failure. And the more failures he sees, the more likely he's to see success. Because he knows what to avoid, he knows where to go. And more or less, he's already experienced it. That's the big difference. You can continue thinking about it, you continue analyzing it as long as you want to, but you analyzing it is not going to give you any results. It's just not. It's like being the philosopher who thinks about everything all day. It's not until like the warrior actually steps up and actually does the decisions for everyone else in the team. And right here, you could lay this off decision to your fiance, to yourself, to anyone in the world. It's your future that you control. I can't do it for you. I can help you overcome it, but I can't overcome it for you. So the question I have for you is, if you let this uncertainty overcome you more and more and more and more and more and more, you keep overthinking more and more and more and more and more, what outcome is that really going to lead you to? What calculated risk is that really going to lead you to?
You're right. It's kind of like over analyzing sometimes. And
So what do you want to do? Do you do it? Do you actually commit? Do you go all in? And do you actually do everything you could to succeed and actually follow the process, the equation that works, that's going to give you an actual outcome if you just follow it? Or do you continue overanalyzing over and over and over and over? What do you know you need to do?
take the risk, I
Okay.
guess.
You sure? You don't have to continue over analyzing. You can do that.
The timing too. I'm just thinking about the timing because might get busy at work and
Okay, stop. I know you're thinking of every single reason not to do it now, and you got
no,
the time.
I'm
You
not.
got the time. You got a time. You got like an hour, 2 hours a day to talk to him. You got a 1 hour a week to talk to him. You got the time. Just cut off something else. When I was going to gym, I was like cutting off like two gym sessions, and I was like trying to like not drive all the way here. I was trying to really find a way to save time because I found the time. That's
Okay,
it.
so what if I'm not able to trade 5 days a week? What if I'm only able to trade like one or 2 days
Okay.
in that
What,
week?
what about that?
Is that enough? Like, is that okay?
I want you to trade without you losing fucking money, right? The goal
Yeah.
here is to help you not lose money. If you can only trade 1, 2, maybe even 3 times a week because of your schedule and all that, then just do that. Peter's
Okay.
there to help you like find a certain like time and to where both of you guys can work together, and so you can actually see the success you want to see. That's it. You find a reason not to do the
Mhm.
program, or you can find a reason to do the program and actually find a way to see success. It's our. You can do it all over. My question to you is this, and you know the answer to it, but the answer, it's like, if you're willing to take that answer, the answer is this. Like, the question I have for you is this. It's like, what do you know you need to do for you in your future, for you to just start running and going so you can get to the outcomes you want to get to? Do you do it? Do you commit to yourself? And most importantly, do you commit to the future that you've never had? Or do you continue committing to you over analyzing everything?
Yeah.
What do you
That's it.
do?
So I take the risk.
Okay. You don't have to, you sure?
Mm.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I gotta invest in myself, you know.
Okay. We don't gotta do it, right? You could always just lay it off.
I have to do it in order to get to where I want to be.
Okay. I'll send you the payment link. Let me know if you could see it. It's going to be in the Google Meets chat. If you're on your phone.
508.
Okay. Well, congratulations. How do you feel?
I'm nervous.
Yeah, it was good, right? It's part of
Yeah.
change. Change is never comfortable.